then what side?
This one's from Jeremy in Wisconsin. And it says, Tuffy brand coffee is the best coffee in the world. Thanks for the grift.
Anyway, I'm going to find out who this quartering character is. And when I do, he's going to get a bit of the old ice troll treatment.
From loathing Brie Larson to being the unofficial #1 fan site for Brie Larson.
How about a handshake? You're going to give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm going to let you keep your hand.
What is going on, everybody? Hey, Baba, were you in the pool? You stink. Huck's here. Sent in wet. So now my office can smell like wet dog. Good news. Charlie Kirk's killer is in custody and was turned in by his father, who is a former law enforcement officer. And we have a lot of news today. As you guys know, Fridays, I generally just chill. And chat with you guys and then do my segments. I've got, I think, 4 segments for today. Let's see. All right. Working on a Kona drop. Working on a Kona drop. Good morning from Alaska. Shout out Alaska. Let's see. I know it's not my normal time, but Fridays are kind of a wild card day, and I gotta be honest, I am very tired. I want to take the day, mow my lawn, just kind of chill, right? Try and chill and kind of begin to process now Charlie Kirk's death. You know, and I think this is an important moment. Was it a psyop? Is it a psyop? Was this guy a fall guy? Well, I think people are entitled to believe that. I think it's very hard to trust anyone or anything these days. It was a nice little bundle. Discord messages. Dad was a cop. By the way, anyone notice that university shooter to the last guy? I don't think he killed anybody, but he shot a bunch of people. Where was that? In Florida? Wasn't he the son of a cop too? Jeremy wouldn't get another car video. Hopefully this weekend. My track got completely overgrown, and I've been going through and like hand pulling all the weeds I happen to think just not a lot to say about it. I think that the guy was radicalized, and I think Occam's razor applies here. That he went to college, he got radicalized quickly. He probably got into some sweet troon girl boy bussy. Got radicalized by it. Something along those lines. That's my thought. That's my thought. Was he taking meds? We don't know. I actually don't think so. I don't think so. The 33 hours thing was, by the way, am I being a fuddy-duddy to like be a little bit annoyed that Kash Patel took like a 20-minute victory lap during the press conference? Or is that just okay? Am I just being too much of a dick? Am I just being too unreasonable? What do you guys think? The Valhalla thing was fucking cringe. Charlie Kirk is not in Valhalla, he's in heaven. It's cheesy. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know. Maybe, it's tough to say. I'm being a dick. Okay. I think it's fine to take a victory lap. I do. I think it's fine. It rubbed me the wrong way when it went on for like 10 minutes. When he was like, oh my God, look at all we did. We did so good. But maybe that's for the guys. Maybe that's for his crew. Maybe that was for his crew and not for, like to thank the people that worked hard and, But let's talk a little bit about it. All right. All right. Well, welcome in, everybody. We have great news this morning. A lot to discuss. After a 33-hour manhunt, the man that took Charlie Kirk's life is in custody. He's the son of a law enforcement officer. He went to one of the most conservative colleges in the country, but according to new information, had recently become radicalized by the left. And I have a video I'm planning for later today talking about what this really means now for the left, because there can be no more question that the left has built a sophisticated and efficient radicalization machine. Whether it's this guy, whether it's the Minneapolis lunatic, whether it's the Nashville lunatic, they all seem pretty similar. This guy had confessed, not just in Discord, but to police, according to reports. And we now know a lot more about his associations with Antifa, including the markings on the weapons, which they gave us more information on today, which now there can be no doubt that he was representative of Antifa, singing their songs, using their symbology. Now, I'll tell you this. I hear the people out there that think it's a psyop. I hear this is, I hear this is, people say this guy's a patsy. I don't know. I think you're allowed to think that. I can't disprove you, but this is the information that we have. Okay, so let's start with the confession. Here said, Tyler Robinson confessed, Utah governor says. Let's see if we can get to this. Also, they hinted about his motive, which all of us basically knew. Suspect Tyler Robinson had become more political in recent years. Utah Governor Spencer Cox said, and a family member of his told investigators of a possible motive. Listen to this.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed, who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident. This information was relayed to the Utah County Sheriff's Office and scene investigators at Utah Valley University.
This is the most important part of the press conference.
This information was also conveyed to the FBI. Investigators reviewed additional video footage from UVU surveillance and identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in a gray Dodge Jeep with those surveillance images.
I want to get to the...
Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. The family member also confirmed Robinson had a gray Dodge Challenger. Investigators identified and...
Shout out to the family, by the way, for turning him in. Now, here's this loser's mugshot, another no-chin cuckold that's going to get passed around in prison. I can't wait. But I think that, you know, he's got literally no chin. These are, you know, pictures of what appear to be maybe his college dorm, things of that nature. I want to get to, yeah, see you in Valhalla. That's dumb. Didn't like that. I guess. But here, now, on the bullets, they told us more because we had only heard that it was like ideology on the bullets. We didn't know exactly what it was. But I do have what it was. So here's what was on them.
Scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found.
Oops, I feel like the sound got quiet, but I guess it's just quiet.
Scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings.
Oh, it just stops there? Let me try refreshing this. Now it's gone? Okay. Where is this here? I thought I have another thing. More inscriptions. He had Bella Ciao on the weapons, on the inscriptions. This is a song of, this is a song that Antifa sings. Trying to find the link. Sorry, I don't know what's going on there. Why it disappeared. Here we go. Rifle cartridges from Charlie Kirk, confirmed, marked with Antifa phrases, including lyrics from the Antifa song Bella Ciao. In 2019, Antifa madman William Van Spronson also ended his ICE attack manifesto with the exact same song. He was a far leftist. One of the bullets said, "Hey, fascist, catch." Another read, "Oh, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao," which is the Antifa fight song or whatever stupid song that they sing. They had notices, bulges, OWO, what's this? The latter refers to be a reference to a furry online meme. So he was into furries. If you read this, you're gay, Lamau. And so there's some sort of so he was into being a furry. Apparently, you know, I don't know. But again, the lyrics are to an old Italian protest song now used by Antifa as their theme song. Also, there was a shell or a bullet that had up arrow, right arrow, and then 3 down arrow symbols. They were not shown, just verbally described. This is also part of Antifa ideology with the 3 down angles as it's being reported. Donald Trump, of course, has called for his execution, and I think it should be public. I think that Donald Trump should televise it at a rally. I'm asking Donald Trump to eradicate Antifa from this country. This is not an isolated incident. Of course, this is not an isolated incident and not even close. We had another far left wing nut try to burn down Josh Shapiro's house with his family in it. We had them, setting Tesla dealerships on fire. We had them, shooting up buildings. This is not an isolated incident. This is not, this is a far leftist ideology. In fact, he once wore a Donald Trump costume for Halloween. I'm not really sure what we have here. We have like his brother's dressed up as like a hunter or like an assassin or something like that. He's dressed up as, I don't know, I don't really know if this is pro Donald Trump or anti Donald Trump. I assume anti. And now we have his Discord messages and his online footprint, which is always what we wanted to see, what we knew. Well, I knew. Investigators probing Kirk's passing said Robinson posted messages on Discord saying he needed to retrieve the rifle from a drop point. The messages also reportedly described how Robinson wrapped it and used a towel to stash it in a bush, which is exactly where cops found it. Authorities further detailed that he used a scope and changed outfits, which we all knew. I mean, that's a long shot without a scope. Anyway, a meme used to troll furries, apparently, and transgender people in internet culture. Okay, I guess I'm not hip with that term. Website Know Your Meme points to another said, "Hey, fascist catch," alongside an up arrow, right arrow symbol, 3 downwards. The arrows could be a reference to the Iron Front, a paramilitary group set up in opposition to the Nazi Party during the Weimar Republic during Germany. Another was engraved with the words of prominent Italian anti-fascist song Bella Ciao. The final unfired casing said, if you read this, you're gay, Lamau. And Lamau, obviously, we know what that means. I don't need that explained. I don't really get that meme. It's some sort of trans meme, apparently. They talked about, what they didn't like. Also, I want to see here if they have any other information. This is all coming out in real time, so I'm doing my best to keep things flowing correctly. So it's not really a dark online footprint other than the fact that he was involved in ish posting culture, which so was the Minneapolis shooter, I believe. That's from what I can tell. Charlie Kirk suspect's motive revealed. Again, he'd become more political in years. He didn't like Charlie Kirk. He thought he was a fascist. Basically, your prototypical Antifa guy. And there can be no more, really, there's no more question about it. I think there's just really, there are people out there that saying Israel did this. I mean, I can't even entertain that. Like, I think it would be disrespectful to Charlie Kirk's memory to engage in like crazy conspiracy theories without evidence. If you want to believe that, I would ask, an extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence. And, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Of course, he also confessed to his father. His mother, Amber Robertson, was a social worker. This is a guy that, he's prototypical Antifa scum. That's what he was. Prototypical Antifa scum. And this hurt a lot of people. This guy is, part of me really hoped that he wasn't going to be captured alive. I was really hoping that there would be, that some officer would, well, that's what I was hoping. And maybe that's evil. Maybe that's evil. But communist ideology in this country needs to be rooted out. It's violent. They're rioting. They're taking out, they're fighting in the streets. They're taking people's lives. He will be charged later today. But obviously the evidence is overwhelming. The Discord messages, absolutely, everything. This is an open and shut case. I got to admit, I'm really surprised he got taken alive. Is anybody else really surprised by that? Is anybody else really surprised by that? Because I am. I thought for sure. We really need to look at what's going on at our universities. There's an extremely effective radicalization pipeline that's happening in this country that needs to be dissected and removed at the root. I want to know who radicalized him, who he was hanging out with, what kind of other Discord groups was he in, what other online groups was he in. That's what we need. And it turns out the kid's dad was the one that recognized him in the surveillance footage. Robinson's father recognized his own son from images released by authorities and encouraged him to turn himself in. A law enforcement official told the Associated Press. He refused at first, but then changed his mind. According to the official who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss an ongoing investigation, his father reached out for help to a youth pastor who helped Robinson turn himself in. This kid was on a presidential scholarship, $32,000 presidential scholarship. Threw it all away because he got radicalized by some trans individual. May he rot. Absolute trash. Is there something wrong with the Rumble stream? Why does it only show I have 1,000 people and there's hardly anybody in chat? Is it because the Charlie Kirk show is live? Let me see this. What's going on? Oh, weird. So there's an upcoming one, and then there's one that I'm actually live on. That's what's screwing with people. Which one is actually live? And this one. Yes. Put this one on the top. People can't tell it. People don't know that I'm live. There we go. That should fix it. Can't tell it. People don't know that I'm... There we go. I have to sneeze. Oh, we're up to 3 of 10 on the goal for YouTube. Gen X says, just hopped on, saw this, and decided to contribute. God bless you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely need to sleep. That's my Jeremy will take a nap goal on YouTube. Hey, Jeremy, been watching for a while. In 2010, I was shot in the same place. Charlie died twice on the operating table. I was praying he would survive. Time for veterans to stand against Antifa. I agree. I'm glad you survived, brother. Artie says, Candace Owens is now trying to say Israel did this, and the left is trying to say Tyler Robinson was right-wing. How are these people this insane? I don't know either. I don't know. I had the wrong chat open for Rumble, too. I had the wrong chat open from Rumble. I'm sorry. After 10 years of the media calling Charlie Kirk a fascist and white supremacist Nazi, should we be surprised that the words, "Hey, fascist, catch," were written on the bullet that killed him? Nope. Pac-Man says, good morning, Jeremy. Trial should be quick and the death penalty enacted within a year. Also, it's long past time that Antifa, BLM, and the Muslim Brotherhood and the DNC be declared terrorists. Well, maybe not the DNC, But like, but certainly Antifa, BLM, I wouldn't be against that either. Would not be against it. How are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling about... I feel like him getting caught was really important. I feel like him getting caught was really, really important. Don't you? I think it's like important from a perspective of we need to have this kind of so you can kind of have some level of closure. Is it weird to say that? Is that the right word? I think it is the right word. I have a friend whose dad was killed and they never found his murderer. And she's a streamer. You know, and I can't imagine what that's like because you have no closure. Our sergeant says, hopefully this kill will be the key to the network that is radicalizing our children. Bro, that's how I feel. We need to find this network because it's scary effective. It's scary effective. And now the left, the MSNBC is trying to panic and say, oh, well, there's no motive. There's no motive here. They should not have shared his name. You know, I get that sentiment. I understand it. And I can't argue against it. You know what I mean? I can't say you're wrong to feel that way. I can't say you're wrong to feel like that at all. Hey, he who notices says, regardless of his motives, the left's reaction speaks volume. We cannot coexist. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Ramsey C says, we must bring back public stoning, asylums, exile from the country, and quick punishment after being found guilty. Make evil people afraid to do evil. I agree. I 100% agree with you. I want this guy to be hung publicly. I want him hung publicly. If that's cruel, I don't care. I don't care because something has changed in this country. And it's happened for like the entire world to see. I feel like we cannot cohabitate with 50% of the people in this country anymore. That's how it feels. And you know, there's even right now, there's somebody in the Twitch chat that thinks he's a big tough guy saying, I don't care about Charlie Kirk. Okay. Well, look, this isn't a threat. It's a warning. And, you know, I feel like leftists are talking a big game right now. And when people decide that they're going to get vengeance for this, when people decide that you little soy boys, when you're throwing rocks, when people on the right feel like, hey, maybe this is someone that could take my life and they shoot you, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to feel bad at all. This is the rules that you set. So all these little, you know, internet tough guys are like, hey, Charlie Kirk's dead. I want you to keep that same energy when somebody starts coming after your people. I want you to keep that same fucking energy. I want you to keep that same fucking energy when your figureheads necks explode. I don't want that to happen. I'm afraid it's going to. They keep saying right-wingers are gun nut crazy people. Why would you provoke them? Fucking idiots. Keep provoking them. See what happens. See what happens the next time some pickup truck rolls up on Antifa and, mows them down. Are you going to have that same energy when we're laughing about your dead? I hope so. Because I'm gonna. Yeah, I agreed to start going to church, but I've only just begun my Christian journey. I'm not ready to forgive. And when the other shoe drops, and I'm telling you, it will, I'm going to laugh at you. I'm going to laugh at your dead bodies. I'm going to post them on the internet, and I'm going to meme on them. I'm going to print out the picture, and I'm going to put my ball sack on it and teabag it. Because that's the standard that you've set. I don't want that to happen. I'm not calling for that to happen. I pray to God it does not happen. But I'm afraid it's going to happen. And if it does, I'm not going to have 1 ounce of sympathy at all. Because this is the standard that you have set, and you have told me that you think it's okay. You have told me that killing people who you disagree with is okay, and we should piss on their graves. Well, I hope you keep that energy. Because I'm sure your gravestones will be well watered. This is what you wanted. I don't want this. I don't want this. The text vet said, I think the family background of traditional and sheriff's office shows how powerful and influential the communism in schools is. This should be used to stop communism in schools and force the CCA Act. I agree. Thank you for the super chat too, text vet. And to be clear, socialism and communism are different steps of the same ideology. CCA applies to socialists just as much as communists. Yep. From what I've seen, it seems like he had good parents. It's abundantly clear he was radicalized in the university. I agree. Utah has the firing squad. Good. Use it. The smallest caliber possible. Chicken Sushi says, I'm grateful he was taken alive. I want to see the trial aired internationally for all to see what happens in the shadows of the internet. Yep. Our sergeant says, Act Blue should be shut down immediately, and they should all be arrested for funding terrorism. If you can make that connection, I would. MFT2, pray for your enemies, Jeremy. I will. I will do that. Aiden versus not just the Antifa network, but we also need to have some form of accountability for people like Hassan who fan the flames of this division. They are just as responsible as the mainstream media. Hassan Piker should be deplatformed. Incitement to violence is not free speech, and that's what that guy does every day on his live stream. Hassan Piker should be deplatformed. The right is already starting to hand out ass kickings. Yep, Team Low Road. Yep, I don't want this to happen, but I'm not going to cry when we get. Remember those like Proud Boys beating the shit out of all those Antifa people? When was that? 2016, 2017? You think that was bad? Pfft. You think that was bad? Reviews of More says, I know it's hard. I'm struggling with this too, but pray for the parents of this monster. They're going to have to watch their child die in slow motion until the sentence is carried out. The parents seem like they're good people. The dad was a 25-year veteran of the police force. being Antifa and spray painting, kill Charlie Kirk and die fascists, that's not going to be tolerated anymore. Or Megami says, it's a trap. I don't care. I don't want anybody to go out there and commit violence. I don't want that. Well, I'm not going to cry if it happens. I totally understand it. Crash Man says, the government-ran education system has fostered this ideology for my adult life. Purge those teachers from the system. I agree. Red Stang GT says, we are allowed to go lower now. They have set the bar so low, we can pretty much do anything and still be better than them. I'm not going to lie. I can't disagree with you. I don't want people to commit violence. I don't want you to ruin your life sticking it to some leftoid. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want anyone to do that. But that's going to be what happens. That's going to be what happens. Let's get into this other segment. Wait. Somebody said something about doing more RC videos. Why won't you fucking post more RC videos? Flash, I will. I promise you an RC video this weekend. How about that? I will do an RC video this weekend. I will also do several members only videos this weekend. I have a lot of making up to do to my viewers who have been extraordinarily supportive. The people that joined as members on the Quartering website, I have to provide content for them. But this week has been solely focused on Charlie Kirk and, having his killer be caught so we can begin to heal and we can begin to honor his life. A bell has been rung that can never be unrung. This country will never be the same. I will never be the same. I am wholly committed now. I am hardened. I am resolved. And I know I'm not the only one. There can no longer be any denial that our universities, our education system has a deep-rooted radicalization network that works out in the open and is extremely effective in radicalizing weak minds with communist socialist ideology. We have a system with mainstream media whose sole purpose is to dehumanize their enemies. They work hand in glove. The glove dehumanizes. The glove makes their targets seem subhuman, seem like it's okay to take their life. It's okay to try and burn down their house like they did to Josh Shapiro. It's okay to burn down somebody's Tesla because they bought a car from a guy you didn't like. That's the media. That's the glove. And the hand that goes in it, that's the deranged lunatics that are being churned out by our education system and by mainstream media. I am off the fence. I want every university who harbors these types of teachers, and the ones I want them fired, gone. Elementary, middle, high school, colleges, gone, fired. We cannot tolerate communist ideology in our schools, period. You post commie crap on your Facebook outside of school, don't care, you're fired, period. And every parent should be vigilant and be testing, watching every teacher at their school and be reporting them and demanding they be fired. Every university professor who espouses these ideologies, who have their stupid hammer and sickle tattoos, who have their, their anti-fascist t-shirts, gone, fired. I want every mainstream media person who spends every night, 24 hours a day, dehumanizing, making excuses for leftist violence, fired, gone, arrested, if able. I want streamers like Hassan Piker, Destiny. Hassan Piker in particular, who has encouraged violence on many, many occasions. Many. I want him removed from the platform. That's right. I said it. I have changed. I am no longer a free speech absolutist. If that makes you mad at me, I understand. I really do. I tried to be a free speech absolutist as hard as I could, and I still believe in free speech, but I'm no longer a free speech absolutist because of what happened to Charlie Kirk. Hassan Piker should not be able to sit on a stream in front of 40,000 14-year-old kids in their mom's basement and radicalize them, make light of the death of people he disagrees with politically, and outright encourage violence, at which he has done many times. He should be deplatformed. Period. Jeremy, you're calling for censorship. That's not the Jeremy I know. I know. I'm different now. I'm different. Nothing will be the same for me going forward. And if you don't like this new Jeremy, I 100% respect that. I really do. But I can no longer sit idly by and say, well, we should have these guys platform. Because we can't, because it's not dangerous. Or because it's dangerous. Because these people, here's Hassan Piker, a nice little compilation. Numerous clips of Hassan Piker calling on his viewers to take the life of right-wingers are going viral after what happened to Charlie Kirk.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers.
I mean, how do I word this? Twitch must he is training. He is radicalizing murders. I know. Jeremy's not a free speech guy anymore. I don't care. This isn't a free speech issue. I don't care.
Liberals.
This is me. This is me now. Darth Hambly.
You need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage.
To 45,000 people, he streams this crap all the time. I'm going to make a separate video about this clip, I believe, on my second channel, the Jeremy Hambly channel, because I need to put a fine point on why Hassan Piker needs to be deplatformed. We have the media. We have the media, as of moments ago, deliberately misleading their own left-wing viewers about the motives of the Charlie Kirk assassin. The network claims that there's, quote, no theme when it comes to Tyler Robertson's bullet casings. Really? The one that said die fascist, is that a right-wing ideology? The Antifa symbology, is that a right-wing ideology? MSNBC should have their license pulled and everyone should be fired because they stoked the flames of this. You can have your news network, but you got to tell the truth. I'm going to make a separate video on the Jeremy Hambly channel, and I'm going to make it right after this, about deplatforming Hassan Piker. It will be the full coming out party of dark quartering. I am no longer a free speech absolutist because I now see how absolute free speech has led to the death of people I care about. The free speech of a guy like Hassan Piker, the absolute free speech, is why Charlie Kirk is dead. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. When every one of these killers uses the exact same rhetoric that he does.
Transpired here these last 72 hours.
Von Hilliard, thank you, everyone. Please stay close. And joining us now is criminologist Casey Jordan.
This is MSNBC telling their left-wing viewers that it was not on them. It was not on them. The left is innocent, is what they're about to say.
Casey, so much happening so quickly here this morning. We're learning as well from our own reporting that there's no indication of a prior criminal record. This is according to searches of state, national, public records associated with the person, Tyler Robinson, and his date of birth. One of the most striking details that we learned from this press conference were, again, about those bullet casings and the inscriptions, "Hey, fascist," the words "Bella Ciao," the words, "If you read this, you are..."
By the way, though Bella Ciao is a song used by Antifa. It is their fight song. It's an old Italian anti-fascism song, I think. Socialist song.
Are gay. What do you see as the significance or what the message is that he's trying to communicate here?
Really, I would need to actually see these words in the way that they are on the bullet casings and the...
Why? He wrote "Hey Fascist" and "Bella Ciao" on it, which is an Antifa song. Is there a font that would allow you to say that he was a far leftist radical? You do not hate these people enough. Well, I'd actually have to see the casings before, the casing said, yes, I'm a leftist and I hate Charlie Kirk, but I have to see how he wrote it.
Gun to make a proper
he was
interpretation.
just being sarcastic.
But just knowing what those words are, I'm kind of overwhelmed with how immature it all sounds, and that there is no really chronic theme. I think.
By the way, this woman appears to live in a very nice house away from the city. She doesn't know anything about Antifa. Criminologist. She's not a criminologist. She's a propagandist.
Brandy really nailed it. You have to make of it what you want because, it's like sees bulges. If you're reading this, you're gay, catch this fascist or hey fascist catch. It's like the rantings of a really immature child.
Yeah, you hear a lot of children calling people fascists. Is that a thing you hear a lot of teenagers calling people fascist? No, this is exclusively the language of terror. YouTube deplatformed Steven Crowder for selling a shirt. If Twitch wants me to believe, that's for the next video. Let's let this idiot lie.
And we really need to learn a lot more about what was going on in this accused shooter's life when all of this was happening. Was he in a rabbit hole? Did he have no job? Did he have no purpose?
He was in, this woman is deliberately lying. She said this on the news this morning, and here's what we already knew at this point. This is why you don't hate these people enough. Okay? We already knew that he had a full ride college scholarship, $32,000 scholarship. He was smart, going to college for free, successful. No, he wasn't some loner who was not feeling good about himself. He was a leftist radical, and I'm sick of it. He was a leftist radical, and now they're trying to cover up for it.
How did he become such a consumer of hate?
He watched MSNBC. He watched Hassan Piker. That's the truth. These, I don't, this is guys like Hassan Piker, the mainstream media. Nothing will be the same anymore. Nothing's going to be the same. We have every reason. These people aren't even saying, if you want it to be somewhat intellectually honest, just a C hair, a blonde one, honest, you would say, hey, maybe it's a right winger who's trying to impersonate the left wing. They didn't even try to run that old chestnut out. If you want to try and sweep for this guy, at least try. Don't be like, gee, he had the Antifa fight song and Antifa inscribings and hey, fascist, or eat this, fascist. We don't really know what his political beliefs were. Nothing will be the same going forward. I am forever changed, and I hope you are too. We aren't putting up with this. I am done. I'm done allowing my peers, my friends live in fear because the media, from the top down to streamers, have impunity to incite violence from their mentally deranged viewers. I'm done with it. Nothing. I say nothing will be the same. Nothing can be the same. Giving your opponents free speech is only valid if you have a loyal opposition. But we don't have that. We have insurgents in waiting. Sir Squatch, I agree with you. Oh, we only have 3 minutes left to hit the goal. We need 3 more yellows on YouTube. Can we hit there? I thought I set it for at least an hour. Have I gotten too radical? Have I gone too far? I think Charlie Kirk believed in free speech, but I don't think he believed in platforming or in direct calls to violence. Are we still friends, guys? Hassan defenders, get fucked. I don't care. It was out of context. The guy's got 1,000 clips of him directly or indirectly inciting violence. Pick fucking one. Jerry, when I woke up this morning, I thought it was Wednesday. I didn't realize it was Friday, so I got to work completely blacked out the last 2 days. Yeah, I agree. RP, thank you for joining as a member. I guess we'll start another goal on YouTube. What if we do? Can I do a members goal? Let's see. Start another goal. Can I do members? Oh no, only super chats. Interesting. All right, we'll do 5 orange and hires. We'll see if we hit that. Okay. Let's talk about this. I need to change the overlay. I've been using this second channel because YouTube only sends out so many notifications. And what's weird is like videos on my second channel, which really only has like 25,000 active subscribers, in some cases are doing better than videos on my main channel. Because YouTube has a lid on that channel. What's going on, everyone? This is Jeremy Hambly. I'm on the Jeremy Hambly channel, my second channel. You may have seen this video posted somewhere on the Unsaved Media or on the Quartering or whatever the case may be. This is my second channel. This is my Dark Jeremy channel, where I'm going to be a little spicier, and I'm going to do at least one video a day. There have been a lot lately because of everything with Charlie Kirk, but it'll probably just be one a day. I can't keep up this pace of posting 5 or 6 to my main and then 3 or 4 to this channel every day. I'll completely burn out. On September 10th, I was changed. And maybe you guys won't like this new version of me. I totally understand if you do. Or if you don't. I get it. I used to be a free speech absolutist, and in many ways I still am. However, free speech does not extend to calls for attacks, calls for violence, which happens nearly every single day from the world's second largest political streamer. Hasan Piker is the tip of the spear in the radicalization of American youth to communist ideology, to horrible, destructive thoughts. I have never in my history outright called for a deplatforming of somebody, but I now understand more than I ever could have before in my life that people like Hasan Piker's words are leading to violence. He has directly called for the assassination of sitting politicians in this country. He has directly called for his viewers using violent rhetoric. By the way, this idea extends beyond Hasan Piker to any of these left or right-wing people who are calling for these type of attacks, but it's only coming from the left wing. Socialism, communism should be just rooted out at its core and stop being mainstreamed by people like this. This is a 2-minute and 19-second compilation of Hasan Piker. If Twitch does not deplatform him, they are complicit in the deaths of people like Charlie Kirk, because that's what leads to this stuff. Mainstream media dehumanizes people like Charlie Kirk, and politicians, conservative politicians. Late night television does it. I'm not saying we can't have jokes. I'm not saying South Park. I get South Park pulled the Charlie Kirk episode. I think they should put it back on at some point. I think Charlie loved that episode. I think it's a great honor to be memed by South Park. I'm not talking about South Park. I'm talking about guys that talk like this to 40 to 50,000 people at a time. Young, 14, 15, 16-year-old communist LARPers. This is the content they're consuming from Hasan Piker.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man? Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them. What the fuck is this?
But he'll say, oh, in Minecraft. Oh, in Minecraft. Oh, in Minecraft. In Minecraft. It's just in Minecraft, guys. It's in Minecraft. He's speaking figuratively, guys.
You cannot have a bigger fucking layup. You could not have had a bigger fucking layup than a horrible candidate like Herschel Walker. Sure, he was prepared very well. And Herschel Walker actually had a good...
thing we do need to make sure we do, we got to keep attracting younger viewers that, grow up on TikTok, you know, when they're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even though they shouldn't be.
3, it's like all here. Now this guy is down. He's dead. These guys are like
and fatally wounded.
They're not even running. They're not even like cowering and running away and screaming in fear. There's like, okay, well, they did it. We got our shots. Okay, is this guy done? Oh shit. Well, okay. Well, we brought the white.
It's called shock, you fucking idiots.
This is Mike from PA, by the way. Again.
It's called shock. Anything that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
Right there is a call, an open call for one of his followers to kill Stephen Bonnell. This guy has, at this time, $7,000. So he's making at least $35,000 a month from Amazon. Again, this is another radical leftist that should be deplatformed. This wasn't a joke.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Flags. We can put that over the bleeding part, assuming he got shot in it, actually, right?
Flag.
Driver, I'm going to kill you with my AR-15.
Here's Hassan Piker again.
Bellevue Drive, and I'm going to kill you with my AR-15. Like, that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like, he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical. It's hurt.
Do you understand what Hassan Piker was saying there? He was saying, hey, we were sending violent threats and we got rid of this guy. It's a successful movement. That's what Hassan Piker, that was like just a few weeks ago.
Poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
I'm not sure what context I need. And by the way, there are hundreds more clips like this. Hundreds more clips. He says this stuff in front of 40,000 children. 40,000 children. Young, impressionable, calls for violence. He gets like a 10-minute Twitch ban. Twitch is complicit in radicalizing America's youth, and Hassan Piker and Mike from PA, to be honest with you, should both be deplatformed. Twitch should come out immediately and say, we recognize there's a problem. Free speech, we value it, but we have our limits. I mean, I can't go on Twitch and make fun of trans people. If I make even a lighthearted joke about trans people, you get banned off Twitch. This guy is calling for people to take other people's lives, and they're fine. They're 100% fine with it. Steven Crowder was deplatformed for a shirt that said "Socialists are figs" by YouTube. Twitch has a guy who is openly telling his young followers in no uncertain terms to take landlords' lives, to let the street run with their blood. Is there any misinterpreting that? No. And again, I could put an hour. If one of my Discord mods in the members Discord wants to put together a mega compilation of Hassan Piker's violent rhetoric, I will pay you money for your time and I will upload it to the main channel and pimp whatever you want. I would love to just have that. I bet you it will get removed by YouTube for breaking terms of service. I know it'll be fine on Rumble. Up until Tuesday, I just never really felt Wednesday. I just never really felt like words needed to be looked at as the definition or as a direct cause of violence. But there can be no doubt now. Twitch allows this man to be platformed. I don't want him there. You say, Jeremy, that's a free speech. It's, calls to take other people's lives, not free speech. Twitch should come out today and say, again, I think I started to say this before and I got off track. They should come out today and say, you know what? Here's 5-6 people with a long history of violent rhetoric. We stand with people's rights to free speech. We stand against, violence. And unfortunately for these people, they've been given multiple chances. We've been given multiple chances, and they're gone. They are not allowed on our platform anymore. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't want Rumble to platform them either. I wouldn't want Rumble to platform them. It's part of my job. I don't make the decisions at Rumble, but I would make my voice heard and say, I don't want to make a home for him. I don't want a home for Hassan Piker or Mike from PA on Rumble. Don't want it. Kick shouldn't have him either. Kick's got people dying on their live streams, for crying out loud. No more of this aggressive, violent rhetoric, fantasy nonsense. I don't care if he's, everyone knows he's besties with Twitch. Somebody should sue Twitch then. Some way, somehow, find a way. The victims, Charlie Kirk's family should sue. The parents of those kids in Minneapolis should sue. The parents of the kids in Nashville should sue Twitch. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that Hassan Piker's words have radicalized people to violence. There is zero doubt. I want him deplatformed. Period. I don't want him, he hasn't broken any laws as far as I know, other than maybe calls to violence. Those are illegal. I'm not saying put him in jail for the things he said, at least currently, unless I see more. But I'm saying I don't want him to have a platform. He's actively telling 40, 50,000 people at a time to go commit acts of on his behalf. And he can whisper in Minecraft after he says it all the time, but they know he's serious. They know he's serious. I want this loser streaming on like DLive. Go find some crap website where you don't have access to America's youth and you can stream there. I want somebody, lawyers, come on. There has to be something you can do. Make Hassan Piker more expensive to Twitch than he brings in. Bury them with lawsuits. I'm sure there's 100 different angles of attack. Hassan, Mike from PA, that fat chick who wears a hijab, all of them gone. Gone. I want to make a 9/11 cake. Ha ha ha. Banned for life. Because I know the communities that they're fostering, and I know that they just simply cannot have access. You cannot have access to America's youth because this is what you're doing to them. You're turning them into killers. Let me read some of your messages. By the way, thank you, everyone. We did hit our super chat goal on YouTube. Thank you so much. I want to be able to set a goal on Rumble too. I can't. It doesn't let me, but Jay, thank you for the $10. We can't allow, this is from Gen X, we can't allow leftist ideologies to continue to monopolize our government, education, media, and entertainment institution, and we cannot allow Jeremy to go much longer without a nap. I know. I still have to go pick up I bought a standing desk to help me lose weight. By the way, I weighed in today. I'm at an all-time low. Since I've started tracking my weight, I'm down another 3 pounds over the past 2 weeks. I am down about 40 pounds since I started. My app says it's 19.2 pounds, but when I started in the app, I actually gained 20 more pounds on my before I started trying to work out again. I'm at the lowest weight I've ever been in this app, and I can't wait till that number says 339. And then 329. And then 319. And then 309. and then $299. I'm gonna get a tattoo. I'm gonna get a big ass tattoo, I think, if I get under 300. Something. Buy a watch. Maybe buy a watch. Although I did take a pretty big pay cut in this new agreement I have, so maybe not a watch. Tattoo's pretty cheap. Maybe I'll get a tattoo of a watch. Down 21 in 22 days as well. Fuck yeah, Guido. Stay on it. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I think when I weighed in this morning, it helped that I forgot to eat the last 2 days. I basically only ate like 2 chicken breasts on Tuesday night. I'll take it. Sir Squatch, giving your opponents... Oh, I got that one. RP joined as a member. Thank you. Yeah, joining as a member on YouTube goes fucking miles to support the channel. So if you can do that, that's incredible. On Rumble, if you join Rumble Premium and you use my promo code in the description, same thing. Half of that money goes directly to the team. And on Rumble or on YouTube, all of it goes. Both are good. D. Schwartz Creek says, these people operate in bad faith in everything and are nothing but lazy, narcissistic hedonists that couldn't possibly understand the concept of earning your rights through duty and honor. Agreed. Harry Topher 10 says, gay. Another 10, super gay. And then JJ from Iowa, I got you over here too. Thank you. Chad Honky says, leftism, garbage ideology by garbage people. I would add 4 garbage people. Outdoor says, kinda weird. Young Turks Cenk doesn't call out Piker. He has kind of, but, you know. Wildman says, very, very tired of those on the right cowing to the left and being afraid to stand up for what's right. Thank you, Jeremy. Hey, thank you. Over on Rumble, Master MK says, Kyle Kulinski has called for violence on Elon Musk and has been unhinged ever since the 2024 election. He needs to be kicked off on YouTube. If he has, and he should be too. McLeod says, mass arrests, heavy sentences are the only way forward. These terrorist networks need to be removed entirely. Their associates and those that fund them, from Kamala to on down. I agree. Jay Ho says, all hail Dark Jeremy. I'm with you. I'm over it. Praying for you and your safety. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, dude. Sorry, Sky says, a lot of commentators are already calling for peace, but that time for that is over. It's time for us to fight fire with fire. Guido says, no, we are done with YouTube. We are all on Rumble. F YouTube. They are part of the problem. Look, right now it's about reaching as many people as I can. And, you know, I started my second channel. I have the second channel on Rumble too. The Jeremy Hambly channel. Do me a favor. If you're on YouTube and you haven't yet, go to the search bar, type in Jeremy space Hambly, find the Jeremy Hambly channel and subscribe to it right now. If you haven't yet, please. And same on Rumble. I want this channel. I want this channel to be bigger than my main channel, because this is the channel where I will finally be unleashed. That's my plan with it. I'm a different man in 2025 going forward. And, you know, that's just what it is. It's just what it is. Where else did I miss any? I have 2 more segments yet. Chicken Sushi says, I was grateful he's taking me live. Oh, yeah, you got that one. I got that one. Pray for your enemies. Got that one. Okay, I think I got basically everything on. Oh, Jeffrey says, if you're boinking someone of the same sex, you should feel shitty about yourself. Citizen says, I like Darth Hambly. You should team up with Matt Morse. Happy to. Happy to. Get healthy, boys. You know, I was talking to Sam Hyde. He just texted me the other day. He was reminding me, get in shape. Get in shape. Learn to fight. Get a gun. Learn how to use it. I'm dead fucking serious. Your life may depend on it. Get in shape. Go to church. Get a gun. Carry a gun. Learn how to use it. We're too damn fat. Got to get in shape. Got to learn how to fight. Learn basics of fighting. Go spar a little bit. Learn just how to defend yourself. You could basically learn everything you need to know to handle most people in a couple of hours with a coach. Sam Hyde and Scott Sullivan taught me how to fight in like one weekend. Now, do I think I could get in the ring and beat a professional boxer? No. But do I feel empowered and strong and confident that if some soy fuck wanted to start some sort of fight, I could piece them up? Yep. So Sally says, if the wacko E. Jean Carroll can sue, that's a great point, girl. If E. Jean Carroll can sue, there has to be a way for the victim's family to sue. If people are not awake by now, I have no patience for them. The time for tolerance is over. I agree. Okay, I have this other segment for the JH channel. What are you guys going to do this weekend? What are your plans? Hold on a sec here. Andy knows thing. I want to like really drive home that the killer was a fascist leftist. And these are the pieces I think I need for that. I want to check to see if there's anything new because the news is coming out fast and furious. How the assassin evaded cops for so long. He didn't really evade cops. He went home and admitted to it. The grandma says they have the wrong man. He confessed. Roberto says, I've been trying so hard not to think radically, but I've had the image of Charlie's neck evaporating stuck in my head for the last 2 days. Fucking you and me both. I can't get it out of my head. I was going to go to a movie. There's a movie that looks crazy good called The Long Walk. And it's like, that has like some hardcore gore in it, like people getting killed. I'm not going to go see it today. I also want to see The Conjuring Last Rites. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I think I'm going to like rewatch Uncle Buck tonight. I'm going to rewatch Uncle Buck or like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles or something like that. I'm just not ready. Oh, Roberto says, and then I go on IG and I see people I know celebrating and even wondering who's next. I can't help but want revenge. I don't like it, but I can't help it. Oh, well, I guess. It's okay to have those feelings. Just don't act on them. Don't act on them. Don't ruin your life. I think it's perfectly natural to have those feelings, but just don't act on them. Find a healthy way. Chop a tree down. Do something. I wanted to pull up. Okay, acted alone. I don't know if I buy that either. I don't know if I buy that. Government won't let me own a gun, but I do own a bow. It's something at least. Teaching my 2 sons how to defend themselves in case we end up in a civil war, God forbid. Hey, if the government won't let you own a gun, then maybe learn how to be good with a knife, right? A lot of cases, these are up close things. Learning how to use a knife, extremely valuable skill. Everybody should carry a knife, an EDC. This is new Dark Jeremy. Like, I'm going to be doing videos like reviewing everyday carry knives and guns so that people can understand. Look, I've been carrying a knife for a very long time. And outside, I haven't needed to protect myself in a violent situation at all, but I can tell you more than 100 times it's come in handy. Like, oh, I need to open this box, or I need to cut this thing, or I need to do that. Just having a knife on you, a legal knife on you, is just good humaning. It's just good people stuff. You know what I mean? If you can't own a gun or you don't feel comfortable with a gun, then try a knife. Just carry it. Learn how to use it. Research how to defend yourself with a knife. Understand the 14-foot rule. Things are very different, Jeremy, especially for you to protect yourself. Yep. I had my talk with the talk with my wife last night. Or 21-foot rule. Sorry, I always screw that up. 21-foot rule, not 14-foot. You know, if you're under 21 feet, you're gonna win that if you understand. Anyway, always carry, always stay well regulated. Yes, that's a great way to say it. So Rex says, "Yeah, Jeremy, okay." And the stabbing has given me the ick. As much as I like watching you and others, I had to call it quits for most of my time this week. I understand. Good movies to watch this weekend. Uncle Buck. If you've never seen it, it's one of the most heartwarming movies. Absolutely love it. John Candy, Macaulay Culkin. Just incredible movie to just give yourself. Jeremy, no type or size restrictions where you live in Wisconsin. That is true. Yeah, a bull from Walmart can throw a pretty good arrow. It absolutely can. Absolutely can. Artie Troll says, my kids are the same age as Charlie. I'm only 11 months older than him. Oh, same age as Charlie's. My head hurts and now I'm radicalized. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Just be radicalized in a healthy way. Be radicalized in a way that I talked about. By the way, I don't think I ever saw The Great Outdoors, or if I did, I was very young, and I thought maybe I'd watch that instead. Buy a Microtech automatic or a 3 to 3.5 inch fixed blade if you can. EDC is the way in 2020. I agree. And by the way, having a knife on you is just good. Like I'm telling you, it's going to come in handy. I'm telling you, it's going to come in handy. Like, learn how to use it too. Don't just buy a knife and put it in your pocket. Okay? There's a million YouTube videos that you can watch for free. Having a knife is illegal. Not in America. I'm going to give you a hypothetical about a guy I know. Okay? I just saw a comment in chat that said, I carry everywhere I'm able to. A guy I know carries everywhere, period. I don't care if there's oops. Oops. The guy I know doesn't give a shit if there's a sign on the door that says the business doesn't allow it. I don't care. Criminals don't care. Now, I'm not telling anybody to break the law like this hypothetical guy I know. Don't do that. But just know that criminals don't obey the signs. That's all. I don't do that. I misspoke. I don't do that. A guy I know does that. He told me, he asked me, do you think criminals care about the sign on the door saying you can't carry your weapon in here? Now, there's one rule I 100% abide by, and I do not carry when I consume alcohol. That is, I 100% abide by that rule. Period. No no guns, no alcohol. I'm sorry. If alcohol, no guns. Period. Allegedly. Asking for a friend. Yeah, all right. I'm just asking for a friend. Good for a hypothetical. Yeah, it is. It's just a hypothetical, guys. Dylan Alpha says, Romans 12:9, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give peace unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Yeah, if you want to drink, if you want to make a decision about, it's like, if you're going to a large place where you feel like your safety is at risk, then it's an easy choice. You just don't drink there. You know? I could actually really use some recommendations on an EDC. Is there a consensus on the new hot EDC knife? Like, what's everybody recommending? Dostrom says, a guy I know agrees with your guys' carry policies. Wow, it seems like we surround ourselves with some vigilant people. School zones is tough because you fuck around, you fuck up and you fall and something falls out of your pocket, you could go to jail. You know, I don't recommend breaking the law. Jeremy, my husband just woke up to politics after what happened to Charlie. He never cared about politics and now he does. What would you say to him? I would say for anybody who is kind of getting woken up to politics, it can be extremely overwhelming, especially at first. And you should proceed with caution and always check yourself. Always check your own positions. Hold them against your own beliefs and decide, you know, is this thing I'm watching, is this person I'm talking about, do my morals agree with them? And to always leave a part of you that is completely apolitical. Don't let it take over your life. I have never met somebody who's happy, who is like politics brained all the time. Don't watch mainstream media. It's largely worthless, including Fox News. Turn your husband on to a couple of good content creators, live streams, articles, websites that you like, and just tell him, hey, this is going to be, there's a lot to it. Don't let it consume you. Chad Honky says, but if you have a purse, take it and also a bag. And if you don't have a sword, sell your cloak and buy one. Luke 22:36. Wise words. Spyderco, people would say the Native 5 Lightweight as far as American made. I've heard that name before. Now, I'm sure everyone's like, everyone's probably got their opinion. This one? These guys? What did you say it was? Which one? Spyderco. Which one? It's real popular. Okay. Which Spyderco's the one? Enough? Somebody said the Agent 5 or something like that. What was it called? Native 5. It's not on this list. Unless I missed it. They have a Swick 5, Arc 5. I don't see it on this list. Get the one that fits your hand. Yeah, for me, I have really large hands, so I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to probably keep that in I don't see the native 5. Maybe they replaced it with something like that. Oh, I am in fixed blade. It's not a fixed blade. In stock, all products. There we go. Let's see. Little native. I should just search for native 5, huh? Usually site search suck. Native 5. This one. Is this the one? I'll buy it right now. What kind of edge and what kind of coating do I want? Oh, from multi-use? The Spyderco Jojimbo? You need a tang on the end, so it's 6. Make sure you can reverse grip. So there's a plain edge, a spider edge, or the combination edge. What kind of edge do you want? No serrations. So you want a plain edge like this? Benchmade's another one. Straight edge. That's okay. That's what I got. Straight edge. And then what kind of coating? No coating or DLC? Does it matter? Is it just for looks? Is it just for looks? Can't sharpen serrations. Got it. Straight edge black. Done. What about the bench? You said Benchmade's another one? What's their top one for EDC? What's the Benchmade the Infidel? That's what it's called? Custom bug out. Benchmades are made a very high-end knife and costly. Benchmade Infidel. I just want to look at it. To see if it has like a bigger handle. You know? Everyday. It's probably under everyday, right? No. Bug out. Is it a tactical knife? Infidel. This one? Oh, I don't know if I can carry those. Don't you have to have like a special thing for like this is a retractable blade. Isn't it? Those make me scared because what if they don't work? Spyderco Shaman for big boys. Oh, is it a bigger knife? You need custom made, likely. I do have a CCW, by the way. OTF all the way. What's that? Somebody said, what was the one you said for big boys? Infidel is OTF beast. What does OTF mean? Is this the one you're talking about? Is this the one? Is this the one you guys are talking about? I don't know if I could spend $500 on it. That's a lot. out of the front. Stay away from the infidel for an out of the front auto. What does that mean? This is the one? Pussy spend it. I don't have $550 spent on a knife, but I'm just curious what like is the top shit. Is this the one you guys are talking about? Why do people it's better for OTF auto out the front? What does that mean? Is that a different you guys keep saying out the front? Is that a different brand, or are you saying it's better to come out of the front? But why you guys keep saying out the front? Is out the front illegal in Wisconsin? I don't know. I have a CCW. Oh, you can afford $500 is whether or not the CFO will approve the purchase. The babe pops out of the front of the knife. Let me just look. I bet you. They are legal in Wisconsin. Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. It's a write-off? Ooh. That would be, I mean, technically. So people say the OTF Infidel is the one, or the Benchmade, or the Spyderco Native. I like this handle, but it looks like the Infidel has a pretty big, actually a very large handle. And it has, I like that it has the belt loop thing right on it. $500 for a pocket knife is a steal. Somebody call my accountant. All right, I'll set a YouTube. I'll set a super chat goal of 55 $10 super chats, and then I'll buy it. I'd get the Spyderco blade to push out of the front. I'll look into it more. Yeah, they both seem nice. The Spyderco looks nice too, to be honest with you. It'd be really nice if I could go to a store and hold one in my hand, you know? Coffee brand knives, no. This does look like it'll fit my hand better. It's just bigger. And I don't know, like, if shit was hitting the fan and I have to unfold my knife, I can see why just blasting the blade out by the touch of a button is probably... All right, maybe I'll just save up a little bit. I'll wait on it. I think this is the better fit for me. It's bigger. And if shit's hitting the fan, it feels easier to pop it out, like pop out the knife, than to have to pull it out like this. Maybe I get a Spyderco for like, maybe I get the Spyderco with for like every day, like for like, maybe I help out both companies and get the Spyderco for like my, you know, opening up boxes and shit. And then I keep the Infidel for, if you're relying on a blade to protect you, you're already screwed. Hard disagree. Hard disagree. A good gun shop will have them. Well, I live right by a Cabela's. Like, there's a Cabela's right by my house. Do they have them? I have one more topic we need to talk about here. You guys derailed me on the knife talk. Benchmade shootout. Benchmade Infidel. They just have the shootout, looks like. Yeah, they don't have it. Damn. They do have some Benchmade stuff, but just not the one. I wonder if they have... Oh, they have this fade-in ODF clip. This looks pretty... Well, they have a fuckload of them. What if I check available in store? Yeah, so they have them. They have 40 of them available in the store. They just don't have the Infidel. Mini bug out, bailout. I'm trying to see. They just don't have the... What makes the Infidel so much better? Oh, maybe it's on the second page? No, they're all folding. The $8 Pioneer women paring knife is made better seal than most EDC knives, and their Kydex sheaths on Etsy. Nice. Yeah, they just don't have... Maybe they don't sell those kind of knives. Maybe they only sell folding knives at Cabela's. Do they have the other one? Is it Spider Co? Okay. They only have 3 in stock. So they don't have either of the ones you guys recommended. They carry them, but... Consider out of the front like a firearm. Quality for longevity. Keep it clean for reliability. Just see what a firearm. After going OTF, I'll always carry an OTF. All right, you guys convinced me. I'll $500 is a lot, but I will. Yeah, Cabela's is big asshole. All right, let's talk about this other thing we've got here. There's some new developments. If anyone lives in Tennessee, go to Knife Works. They have tons of knives to choose from. I'm going to grab some water real quick. And then we'll do this next topic. Sorry. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I really didn't need water. I had to get a poop. Jeremy's getting their credit card now. No. So it's an expensive purchase. You know, got to talk it over with the wife. Anything over $500, you know, I try to get her on board with. All right. This one's for the Dark Jeremy channel. That's what I should have called it, but maybe I thought I would have been a little cringe. What does one tire on your POV cost? It's a great investment in yourself, your safety. I agree. You've convinced me. Oh, they sell guns too. Okay. Let's get that. All right. Welcome in. My name's Jeremy. This is the Jeremy Hambley channel. Maybe you saw it posted somewhere else, and maybe check to see if you're subscribed to this one. This is where you get more of an uncensored version of me, and I need this channel more than ever now after Charlie Kirk's passing. And there is something I need to address, including some new information that I'm going to put in this video. I would have put it on my main, but honestly, both channels are just as important to me. So hopefully you'll leave a like and you'll subscribe to both of the channels. But there is this narrative that Charlie Kirk's assassin was a lone wolf. He was acting alone, all this kind of stuff. No, he wasn't. He was not acting alone. He was acting as a part of a radicalization network that is in our university system, that is in our online streaming system, like people like Hassan Piker, that is in festers in places like Reddit and is promoted in those places like Discord. The Antifa / radicalization things, it's undeniable. I'm making this video because I want to make it abundantly clear that the man that took Charlie Kirk's life was radicalized as a leftist, anti-fascist, Antifa member, and you cannot deny that. Anybody who tries to tell you that, show them this video. He had inscribed Antifa messages and symbology on his weapons, on his ammunition. He argued with his family at dinner days before this event that Charlie Kirk was a fascist and that he hated him. He confessed to the crime in a Discord where a lot of these conversations, radicalizations happen. He also bizarrely asked his roommate to go get the weapon. I'm not sure why the roommate didn't turn him in. Maybe he did. $100,000 plus you get to be a hero that turned this guy in. I would have picked up the phone immediately. There's a huge narrative that they're trying to spread that he was not a leftist. He was. And the scariest thing is that he was radicalized in probably under 6 months. You know, like he was a normal guy. He got into politics and suddenly, sure enough, suddenly he's into Antifa and everything like that. What a coinky dink. What a coinky dink. Of course, I'm sure he was watching people like Hassan Piker, if not Hassan Piker directly, Kyle Kalinske, listening to these people who sit in their multi-million-dollar mansions and encourage people to ruin their lives by being violent. He also threatened to take his own life rather than surrender after his dad confronted him. This is new information. Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson threatened to take his own life rather than surrender to authorities after his father confronted him about the sickening act. The father recognized the 22-year-old son from photos that were released by authorities Thursday, leading the parent to confront his son when he returned home. Can you imagine that? You're a dad and you're like, what the hell did you do? What did you do? Your own son, a former law enforcement, 25 years, something like that. Robinson fessed up to the horrific incident when his dad asked if he pulled the trigger, but originally refused to turn himself into law enforcement. He told his father that he'd rather end his own life, leading the parents to convince the son to speak with a youth minister who also works with the U.S. Marshal Service Fugitive Task Force. What a coincidence. The minister then called a deputy with a federal agency, and the FBI took Robinson into custody Thursday evening. I want to thank the family members of Tyler Robinson who did the right thing in the case and were able to bring him into law enforcement. Robinson, a former student at Utah Valley, has been arrested on aggravated murder charges. It is believed he acted alone. I don't believe he acted alone. Do you? Leave a like on the video right now if you're suspicious about him acting alone. I don't think he acted alone. I don't think he acted alone. During authorities' hunt for Robinson, investigators spoke to his roommate and saw all of his Discord messages from the alleged murder after the shooting. Some messages asked the roommate to retrieve a rifle and said where it could be found. Why would, if you were the roommate? So here's my thing. Acted alone. Here's my thing. Is it possible that his roommate was also an Antifa soy soldier? Let me tell you this. Don't you think that the roommate was likely in on it or supportive of it? If you had done this, if you had committed a horrible, heinous crime, would you use Discord to message somebody that you didn't think supported you to ask them to hide your evidence? Would you ask somebody that you didn't think was sympathetic to your cause? Would you ask them to hide your evidence? I don't think so. I think his roommate was also radicalized. I think his roommate was maybe not in on it, but would you ask somebody like, hey guys, I just took out this prominent left-wing figure. I need you to go get my gun and hide it for me. Would you ask a left-winger to do that? No. You would ask another deranged person who hated the left to do that. Don't you think? Would you just ask somebody who wasn't sympathetic to your cause to go hide evidence for you? No, you wouldn't. Now, maybe the roommate knew nothing about the planning of the incident. I suspect the roommate did. I suspect the roommate knew about it at the very minimum and could have stopped it. That's my opinion. I think the roommate knew about it. Another message from Robinson stated that he had changed his clothes. So he told his roommate, hey, I did it. I changed my clothes and I left my weapon. I need you to go back and retrieve it. I believe that it is my opinion that the roommate was in on it, participated in the planning, or at the very minimum knew it was going to happen. And I also believe, and I think it's hard to deny, that the roommate was also sympathetic to his cause. Was the roommate a spotter in the crowd? Was the roommate present that day? These are questions I need answered. You would not ask, a normie. You wouldn't ask a normie to go clean up your go get your weapon. You wouldn't do that. It's somebody that knew you were doing it and supported it. If my own wife asked me to pick up, if a family member asked me to, hey, I just assassinated a guy, will you go pick up the gun for me? I would say, no. And second of all, come home. I have something to talk to you about. And then I would think about that $100,000 reward and also, of course, doing the right thing. Hey, I just assassinated somebody. Can you go clean up? Can you go commit a crime for me? You don't ask a normie to do that. Maybe he was trying to set up his roommate as the fall guy. But if that were true, you wouldn't Discord him and say, hey, I shot this guy. Go get the gun. I think his friend was in on it or knew about it. Maybe not in on it, but I believe he absolutely needs to be investigated. He needs to be investigated. He did not act alone. He was radicalized by somebody. Was it the roommate? I need to know what Discord chat rooms he was in. I need to see who he was talking to on Discord, and I want to see if they were helping him set it up. I think this case is so much bigger than we know right now. So much bigger. It is so much bigger than we know right now. You know, they had received 11,000 leads in 33 hours. I want to know who the roommate is. I want to know what Discords that roommate was in, what Reddits they were in, who they were hanging out with. This is a terror network. Antifa is a terror network. This guy didn't just do all this on his own. They did not, he didn't just watch some YouTube videos. It was bigger than this. He was working with other people. Other people knew. Other people knew. I think he should be charged with terror level charges. Absolutely. There's going to be more to the story coming out all weekend long. So I'm going to be utilizing both this channel, the Jeremy Hambley channel, available on Rumble and YouTube, and the main channel. So please do subscribe, turn notifications on so you don't miss anything. There's more to this story, and I'm going to be all over it. This man did not act alone. Aggravated murder, that's terrorism from Joker. I agree. Life Once Lived says, look up the Benchmade Adams. That's what I use because it's bigger. I think that's a folding knife, though, right? Or Adamas? Is it Adamas? This is a folding knife, right? Yeah. I might consider it for like an EDC, but I think I've been convinced by chat that having this thing where you can pop the blades out instantly, I think that's better than a folding knife. I think having that, like, to me, the difference, is this a fair assessment? The difference between having an out of the front knife like this versus a folding knife is the difference between carrying on red and carrying on amber. I carry on red. I'm not trying to rack around when shit's hitting the fan. Yes, it's a little more risky if you fall or something like that. But I think carrying a gun, a weapon that you just press a button and the blade's there, being spring loaded. Oh wait, the folders are spring loaded. Okay, I still think it's probably a little bit faster. What if you pop the blade out in your pocket? That would be very bad. There are quick releases full. Well, this is the Adamas here, right? With tank-like construction you can trust. Is this one spring-loaded? This doesn't look spring-loaded. I don't think this one's spring-loaded. Out the front is just for people that look cool. Folding knives can be flicked open with similar speed. I mean, it's nice. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. You guys know what I'm feeling right now, right? Is it bigger than the native 5? You know what I'm feeling like? I'm feeling like, why not just get both? OTF knives are legal in Wisconsin. Now get repealed. Wait. OTF dual edge blades aren't legal everywhere. It's legal in Wisconsin. The Infidel comes in 3 sizes. It doesn't look like it. You don't need anything more than a bug out. Look at the Kershaw Livewire OTF. I'm in the shit, boys. I'm in the shit. OTF in general will not go off in your pocket. So many reviews online have shown this. There's a little force that's needed to deploy the switch. A Livewire OTF. This one's not cheap either. It's nice. If your OTF goes something as being deployed, you'll be shit out of luck. Just get a folder. Wait, if your OTF hits something as it's being deployed, you will be out of luck. Well, I think that's the same argument of carrying, like, that's the same argument as carrying with a live round in the chamber, right? Like, this seems kind of nice to get. Would this be the best Benchmade folder? Silverback stuff. So you need to learn more about OTFs. They don't pierce on deployment. If anything, you get in front blade while being deployed, then the energy stops. It's science. I don't know. I love my OTFs and flippers, but I carry fixed mostly. Yeah, if you're gonna spend, get a top of the line folder. Is this the top of the line folder? The Adamas? The Adamas is a beast of a folder. It's heavy. I have it in my bug out bag. I carry a Hawk Deadlock. It's pricey, but it's one of the best OTF out there. Made in Idaho. Oh God. Boys, I'm in the shit now. I'm in the shit now. Deadlock OTF. How much is it? I'm in too deep. Yeah. Make an EDC tab in the Discord so we can continue it off stream. Yeah, I got to get to work. I will do a EDC in the members Discord. You could join the members Discord, by the way, if you just go to the quartering/join. The members Discord is amazing. Like, everybody join that today. Like, it's $6. Who cares? Go to the quartering.com/join right now and join the members Discord, because these conversations are fun. And like, I will add an EDC and I will call an EDC knife and EDC gun. Go there and sign up. Get in there. We'll talk about this all weekend. I'm going to be careful on my purchase, so I want to hear from you guys. I'll add a room. I'm buying knives to defend myself in Minecraft. That's true. So when you say this knife's a beast, is it too heavy and too big? Because you said you have it in your bug out bag. Like, This is not a knife you're using to cut down tree limbs, though. I joined on Wednesday. I'll never forget that now. Well, thank you for joining. Yeah, get in there and join so we can go. I mean, look at, we're talking about spying $100 knives. It's $6 to join. Look up Adamas Fixed Blades. Adamas Fixed Blades. Okay, let me look. Is it a tactical? Adamas. Isn't that what I'm looking at? Is it not on the screen? Isn't that this? The Adamas G10? Fixed blade, not folding. Oh. Okay, let me look. We're in the shit now, boys. Where's the filter? Why can't I filter? Oh, here. Adamas. These all look folding to me. I mean, the bug out seems probably fine. Give me a link to it. Fix might have, I mean, I have a big, like my hand is big. I'm 6'5". Those aren't the best for self-defense? Fixed blades? Here's a link. Oh, there's no link. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Don't ban anybody. This is a Benchmade Adamas fixed blade. This guy. Oh, yeah, this wouldn't, this, I don't know if this would be good for an EDC. I don't know how I would have, like, am I going to really use paracord on it? Like, I don't know. I don't think I like that. Like, it'd be great for a knife to, like, be open carry, you know? Yeah, I don't like the paracord covered either. I can see why a fixed blade would be nicer for a bigger hand, but you can't really conceal this very well. I need something that I can conceal. I'm coming back to these two boys. It's going to either be the Infidel or what was the other one? What's the other one I was looking at? It was the Adamas folding one, right? The G10 drop point, was this it? These nuts. Aha. You can't go wrong with either. Yeah. It doesn't look assisted, no. Built to last, how it's made. I don't really care about how it's made. Drops off to the spine tip, drop point. Doesn't say, does it? Knife cast, Friday's knife cast. Was this the one I was looking at? Yeah, this was it. I think they're probably both good. I like this, but you guys are saying like the flip you can do pretty quick. This feels like it's not going to slip in my hand, the infidel. Double-sided blade, too. The double-sided blade makes a subtle and elegant deadly weapon. Maybe the Benchmade is for when life is on the line, and then the Adamas is for when I need to do something else. All right, I got to get to work. I'm not going to make any knife purchases today. I'll make a knife and a gun room in the Discord. Go to thecording.com/join. Let's talk about it over the weekend. And yeah, go to thecording.com/join right now. Join it. And we'll discuss. The membership fee is really just to keep the weirdos out. It's $6. Not, but I want to see you guys in there. And for right now, I'm going to get off stream and get to work editing those videos. And we'll talk about knives in the Discord and the members Discord after this. Get in there, boys and girls. We'll see you Monday, 2 Eastern. Love you guys. Stay safe. Go to church.